saw this picture on AW magazine, one of the people making a platter. Something rather interesting is you have the platter, and then all around it, on the outside perimeter, actually inside perimeter, you have an indentation that will allow you to glue in these wooden snowflakes, 2-inch, all around. And but in my case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to color those snowflakes so they stand out, and probably the background, which would probably be this area here. Just color that in, so when you put in glue in the snowflakes, it also pop out a bit. And the way they did it, they glue them down, and then they poured epoxy into it, so they're completely embedded in clear epoxy all around. So tonight, hopefully, I'll be able to do that, and then hopefully next week I'll be able to bring it in finished with the epoxy and all. Okay, so it's going to be a 12.5-inch diameter platter, with an OG shape here, the best as I can, and that's it. Okay, so let's do it. Always start off by rounding off, making your piece round so it's balanced before you start speeding things up. Now when you're cutting, always look at the horizon. Now I'm interested approximately 3/8 of an inch here. The rest is going to disappear anyway. So here we're good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to flatten this out because I'm going to use it as a reference for measuring purposes. Okay, looks pretty good. Alright, so next step is to flatten this out and then shape the platter. So let me just give myself some support. When you're making a platter, you always have to watch not to remove too much material because you only have this much to work with. So, so I want to make sure I'm down to a finished surface before I continue. there. Now my next step is to make a recess here. I'm going to be holding this with the opening, the jaws that must be opened, okay? So it's a 2.5 inch recess. Yeah, I need to put this here. Okay, so I'm measuring 1.25, and basically I'll scratch my way around. Now I'm going to go approximately 3/16 inch down or in, and then I'm going to knock off about a 16th to give it that, concave shape. I need 2.5 inch hole. I've got this tool that I made basically to give me the dovetail that I need for my job. Okay, so I'll just have to match it and. Now, I am not going back to this, so I've got to finish that recess so that I don't come back. When I put the joist in there, it'll be a finished product when I'm done. So I'm going to put some decorative rings. I always do that. And I encountered something with a knot. Let's see what we have. Yeah, it's a knot. That's okay. You recognize this? Yes. Okay. Now this is the time where I sign it, because I always sign my work. Now, if you apply CA directly and you wipe it, you're going to smudge the ink. So what I do is I seal the ink with CA by just dabbing it. You don't wipe. You just apply it.
You didn't put a Claude signature there because Claude is working on the video.
That's it. Now I could seal it with CA. There we go. Now it's quite smooth, so I'm not going to sand it. I'm just going to, it's like buffing, except it's burnishing it. Okay. Now we'll proceed in shaping the platter. Now, when you're using a recess to hold your work, you have to make sure you have enough meat away from the recess for support. Otherwise, as it opens, you're gonna split it if you don't have enough. Okay. Let's do it. Yeah, it's ash.
Damiano?
Yes.
Can you explain the orientation of the grain, which way it's going and how you're cutting it?
Okay. Yeah. Let me hold on a sec. Let me mark something. Basically, I want to make sure I have approximately a 3/8 inch lip on the platter. Okay, so the grain of the wood is this side grain. So what happens is you have two sides in which the grain is going that way. If you have to cut always in the direction where the grain is not supported. So on this side, as I cut here, this way, this portion of the cut is not supported. It just flies right out. Easy to cut. And you got a nice smooth cut. If you try to go the other way, you're always going towards end grain, and that's not good.
Yeah.
Okay? So the idea is to cut away from the end grain. So a little softer. Okay. I'm going to leave this much material for support, so that's going to be my foot. So let me just go and create a shallow concave. And that's it. let me explain to you something that, what's his name, Barry, okay, explain, where is it? When you're cutting, if you push with it, well, let me show you. If you push the bevel against your wood, you're going to start bouncing. You notice? You hear the sound? Now, the idea is you follow the bevel, but you do not push it against your wood.
Give me a second, please. Just a second. Don't do anything. Okay. Ready? Okay, perfect.
Okay, well, looks pretty good. Let me check to see that I did not lose the okay, I should go just a little deeper, but not much because I'm going to have enough room to grab this. I have a little over an 8 inch, so I'm still good. Now, when you have large surfaces like that, you don't turn with the lathe. Because you turn with the lathe, you're going to heat up the CA and it's going to seize on you right away. Make a nice pad so that your fingers are still away from the surface. You wet it. Okay, so keep your fingers away from that. And you just wipe it in. Simple. Now, while it's still soft, you add some more CA. That cools down the one that was there already and prevents the whole thing from seizing. Thin layer. Okay. So now you can feel the fuzz because it sort of hardens the surface, so the fibers are now stiff. So I'll just use a 600 grit, very gentle, not much sandy. No, it's okay, it won't produce much stuff. That's it.
600 feet.
Perfect, okay. And we'll give it another shot with CA. Okay, I'm done. Now at this point I will sand it with 600 again and then polish it. Low speed. Yorkshire grit. Lower than this. Okay. Now this speed is to sort of work it in.
That's some kind of wax?
It's Yorkshire grit. It's a polishing compound. It contains wax, it contains abrasive. What I like about this material is that the grit or the polishing compound breaks down as you polish and they become finer and finer. So in the end you end up with probably maybe a 12,000. Starts off maybe a 1,500 to 2,000.
If you've got a build system used, they've got a compound to make the same thing.
Yeah, but you have to, yeah.
Same thing.
Die brush, die paas na, die mooi.
Okay, now we speed it up. Okay, good enough. And now we wipe off any excess. Okay. done.
Go to sleep.
What?
Sit on the floor. Sit on the floor.
Good idea.
I make it a habit to always lock it because sometimes I turn backwards, so I'm going to make sure that it's locked in. Okay.
What kind of screws were you using for the,
Pardon me?
what kind of screws were you using?
Here,
Yeah.
it's part of the chuck.
I mean, for the,
Oh, the other ones, I always use floor screws. Floor screws.
what kind, just wood screws?
Huh?
Just wood screws?
Wood screws, but the floor screws, it's a harder metal.
Oh, okay, okay.
If you use regular white nickel plated screws, that's garbage. Yeah, that's right. You screw with that. Very good. It's true. You're wrong, it's true. All right. Let us continue. Now we do the inside. One thing I have to check. I gotta check the depth. I don't want to go through. Where's my gauge? Okay, I mean, there's not much. I want to give it a wall, 1/8 inch right here. It's not going to be very deep, but
Where did you get that tool?
at the supermarket.
Sushi bar.
Here, this edge is a little bit rough here, so I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to leave approximately a 1/4 inch at the edge. And then I'm going to go to 2 inches. Now I'm going to go in about 3/16 here. 1/16 is to have about a 16th of epoxy above the snowflakes, and 1/8 inch for the thickness of the snowflakes. So approximately 3/16. This would be 0.187. We're a little deeper than it should be. That's okay. I'll just that will complete that image. Okay, it's not deep enough at this end. So just a bit more. A little more still. Okay, we're good. So here I'll give a nice little lip round. I drill. Okay. That should be it. You're pretty good there. Okay, that's a good one. very thick. I'm just worried about this end here. You know what? Better thick than thin. You see, this is the pad that I used before. This is hard, but now it's perfect. I can hold it without risking my finger getting zapped. This I may have to do a bit more sanding, probably at home, because I can see some torn grain. So I'm going to have to remove it. So I'll call it finished for today, at least for the platter. And
Are you going to glue the
take a look.
snowflake first?
Pass it on. See what the